What if your story could ignite a movement? At New Solutions Network, we merge truth, resilience, and reinvention, fueling shows that cut past the noise and light up what really matters: human potential. Police, athletes, survivors, incarcerated folks, visionaries, we bring raw, real voices the world needs to hear. Want to share your story? Want to sponsor change? Now is the time. New Solutions Network, unlocking the future, one voice at a time.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Kellz, back at it with an episode here of Game Mindset. Today, I'm going to be your host, and with me to my right is my partner in crime, Anna Espinal, one of our founders, co-founders of Project 201. And to my left is Gabe, one of the new interns here at Game Mindsets. We're going to be talking about sports and how mental health combines and really helps you with sports. So today, Gabe, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing amazing. Anna?
I'm great.
Great.
Glad to be here.
It's an amazing time. So let's talk tell us a little bit about yourself, Gabe. How old are you? Where you from? Are you in college? Are you in high school? Like, where you at?
So, yeah, my name is Gabe. I'm from Cranford, New Jersey. I'm 15. I go to Cranford High School. I play soccer pretty competitively with a club called PDA. It's like a big academy type of system. And I played high school soccer. I've done all that stuff. And, yeah, sports are pretty much my outlet, as my mom likes to say. Any problems I have at home, anything like that, it's kind of like what I get to go and do and keep me,
Grounded,
happy.
right?
Yeah,
a little
grounded.
bit. Now, let me ask you a question. You said you play for the academy, so
Yeah.
that's not something that's part of the high school?
Yeah, so this past year I was a freshman. I played high school soccer, freshman on varsity, which was fun. So I got to do that, which was a cool experience. But this next year I'm playing for my club, which is not a part of it. And because of the academy system, we're not allowed to play high school. So,
So if you play with this academy team, then you can't play with the high
yeah,
school?
you're not allowed to. So, yeah.
Interesting.
And how long have you been playing soccer? If you can tell us a little bit about your background with soccer.
Yeah, I grew up in South Africa. I was born
Wow.
there. I moved here when I was 6. I actually didn't play soccer, and I grew up playing other sports, rugby, cricket, any sport, cricket, tennis, all day
Nice.
sports.
No
but
football?
They tried to get me to play football. Yeah, so then when I moved to America...
Nobody likes football. Nobody likes football these days. I've been noticing that. That's why we do a lot
Yeah,
of football
my mom was too
fundamentals.
scared.
People, listen, Coach Kellz, Coach Anna, and our staff, we are providing the football fundamental program with other sports programs, but we would like to focus on that football fundamentals because we want to teach the safety part of the game.
Yeah.
So a lot of parents aren't scared to let their kids go down there and play. So that's great hearing that from you. What do you love about soccer? Like, when you were training growing up, what are some of the things that maybe might have been going on in, like, the household?
Yeah, so I've grown up, luckily my parents are, like, fine, but I grown up with my sister, who is now my brother, so I've had issues with that. My brother has autism, so a lot of the focus was on him. He's been through treatment programs, drugs, all that different stuff. And so while all that would happen, I had a little sister. She was too young to really know what was going on, but I would just go and play soccer. So that was kind of my outlet. And whatever was going on at home, I just went, played soccer. It didn't really affect my game. So it was kind of just like...
So you would say that soccer was an outlet for you if you had nobody to really talk to. When you went to soccer, it was like nothing else was going on. You get to be yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like in any like generalized way, but for a lot of boys, like you don't really talk about it.
Right.
So I wouldn't really talk about any of the issues. I wouldn't even talk to my mom about it. But go to play soccer, hang out with my friends, enjoy it, run hard. You run, it like clears your mind and you feel good. And yeah, it was just my way to get out of it physically. If anything was happening in the house, I just didn't really have to be there for it. And then mentally, I just gotta like clear my mind and do whatever I wanted to do, which was soccer.
And as you got older, you feel like soccer is your outlet for mental health still, or
Yeah,
does it
so
help you out?
definitely. More recently, my dad's not doing so good, mental health. So again, I try to actually uplift him because I've pretty much tried to build my own mindset. I've had really good coaches that have trained me really well on like how to stay disciplined, but like let it help you enjoy your life and stuff. So as I've grown up, I've been able to like stay really active in it and understand each aspect of the game on why it can help me like feel good and just like not focus on the bad.
And you mentioned your coach. So for me growing up, I feel like my coach was very big in my life. They were a support to my mom when my father passed away and helped out with me and my sisters. And they were someone I can go turn to if I had any questions. Do you feel that you have the backing of a coach as well?
Yeah, I've definitely grown up with only phenomenal coaches. Whether it was my mom who chose them, I could say that's probably part of it. But I've definitely chosen places with coaches that are, you know, first a coach, but second like mentors for me. So like, I've had a guy, Coach Innocent. He grew up in Uganda, and like, it's a guy that like you play, but he'd also like teach you lessons while you're there.
Right.
And so I'd recommend him to any kid I see growing up in my towns around me. I always say like, find a guy like that, because a lot of you guys know a lot of places are like money grabbing, just trying to get a bunch of kids, but you want to go somewhere where like you get to learn lessons. So yeah.
Listening to both of you talk about your sports experiences, right, got me thinking back. It's just got me thinking like, man, I didn't have those. Like, I didn't need that, and I'm blessed. Thank you to my parents and the family, and maybe the universe, right, and God, because the reason that I do this work and put this together is because I had so much fun as a kid with all the stuff that was going on in my house. My parents didn't let us have to deal with any adult issues. And I want to make sure kids get back to just having fun and not going to practice to get away from that, right? So now, hearing just even from her, because how old are you? 15, and she's like 21, right? I'm 43. So hearing this, right, this is the exact reason that Project 201 was born, because we want to not just teach proper fundamentals, right? We want to see that smile. We want them kids to have fun and be engaged in what they're doing, right? I don't care about the money. We need the money, right? Everybody wants money, like Mike said, but this is not why I do this, right? And to hear the stories from this, I can't wait to be able to talk to more kids. Let me ask you a question. What's something that you think people, adults, parents need to know about a 15-year-old in high school, and maybe something you might want at home, right? If you can talk to your parents and you can have anything, like, what would that be?
So, like, a lot of people, I wouldn't say it's a level of underestimating, but I'd say it depends on capabilities, but I would say most 15-year-olds are, like, you know, in the world. Like, they're definitely not, like, out of it, as a lot of people think that teenagers are kind of just teenagers, but they're...
And what you're saying is you're a lot smarter than people are making you think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's smarts, because you can be smart, dumb, whatever, school, whatever, but, like, 15-year-olds are able to take challenges, and like whether they're forced into it, like, you know, you have family issues, you have whatever going on, but like 15-year-olds are able to take whatever's going on in their lives, and I think that people
more responsibility,
yeah, and they can take it.
You feel underestimated.
Definitely.
Well, like, you still probably feel like they treat you maybe like you're a little younger than you are, right? Maybe you can be a little more free.
Yeah.
And that's a little thing apart about being a boy, right? Yeah. We tend to grow up a little different. Yeah. And nowadays you're saying you feel like you want to get a little more to that leash and be able to go out and do more things in the world.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I personally, like, once I get to speak to someone, they usually do catch on pretty quick that, like, I'm pretty mature for my age.
Right.
But, like, even I see other kids where, like, parents are kind of, like, underestimating them. I mean, fortunately, my parents, in my house, I'm the middle child, but, like, I'm the one that they pretty much put the responsibility on. And responsibility, in my opinion, playing sports, you know, like, having responsibility, like, pushes you far ahead. I've talked to my coaches about it. We've had full discussions about, like, there's a level of being good, and then when you take responsibility, you just get like
Mm-hmm.
you're an actual player once people are putting pressure on you from it.
Definitely. And how's your schoolwork? So you're a student athlete.
Yeah.
School comes first. What are your
Right, how
plans
them
with
grades
that?
looking?
And
So I actually am more of a student than an athlete. I do
Good.
obviously
Awesome.
play soccer pretty competitively, but I keep my grades really high. I love school actually.
Mhm.
Another thing, I wouldn't say it's not an outlet to most kids, but I do actually like school. I think that the school year is a fun time. I like to go to school every day, and I'm a kid who likes to participate, raise my hand.
Now let me ask you a question, because I'm hearing what you're saying about like you liking to go to school, and the environment and the children that we're working in is a little more rough, right? So would you say you're growing up in like the hood in a rough neighborhood, or you growing up in a a nice little
So I've definitely
Suburbs.
seen it. Right now I would say my town is much more like under diverse. I would say it actually pulls our school down in my opinion. My mom's always like I'd rather be in a more diverse town. Growing up in South Africa, my school was probably 50-50.
Hold up. What'd you say? Growing up where?
In South Africa, yeah.
South Africa?
Yeah.
Say it louder.
South Africa, yeah.
So you grew up in South Africa.
Yeah.
All
Schools
right,
are diverse.
Born and raised,
yeah.
like born and.
born
All right,
and
so wait.
raised.
We gotta rewind now to the beginning. Tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about that South Africa. Because I say that because I forgot the guy's name, but somebody I was working with in the NFL. Shout out Terrell Canton. One of his boys was bringing the NFL to Africa.
Yeah.
So that was what.
So I've spoken about it to like school counselors and stuff, because I think South Africa and like just foreign countries, I would say in general, they teach you good lessons. And growing up, I did fortunately have money. My dad like worked for the UN and traveled us around, got us to meet cultures and like be everywhere. But again, now I live in Cranford, which is a non-diverse town, but in South Africa, you definitely see it all, and there is definitely like poverty and kids that are trying to get out.
What age did you move to the U.S.?
I was 6 years old. Just finished my first
6
year.
years old, pretty young, right? Do you remember any differences around it? Because you were probably coming in here to go to school about kindergarten, right?
Yeah, so most definitely when I came here, schooling is completely different. South Africa is more online with English type of style, so school is much harder in my opinion. You have like participation's like a guarantee. Like today, there's kids who are smart, don't really try as much, but like South Africa, everybody's trying because it's a country where everyone's struggling. So it's like a
Yes.
mutual type of understanding that you have to try hard.
Right.
So even fortunate, like wealthy white families, they still like in an environment where competition's high, everyone has to try hard because
like that.
the country's struggling.
South Africa. That's amazing. I remember, I'm born and raised in the States, right? And I remember 2010 going to like the Dominican Republic and seeing like I grew up in the hood a little bit, right? And then going to Santiago and DR and seeing that. Talking about mental health, right? Let's get back to mental health and sports. What do you think that does for you as all the stuff at home that you're dealing with?
Okay,
right?
yeah. So obviously that outlet side is much more simple. You are literally just there and it's an outlet. But like the lessons of playing sports, right? Like diligence, stuff like that. It helps with the mindset. Struggling, like personally, I've become like a lot more diligent just because of it. Like fitness, running like that, stuff like that. Being hurt, all these issues.
How does that help you, like the stuff you're doing on the field, right? How does that help you when you're home or when you're in school or when you may be dealing with an issue with your brother or your mom or dad, something like that? How does that structure that you're getting help you?
So, like, for example, I'm the captain of my team.
Nice.
I've done, like, leadership courses on how to be a leader. And so, let's say I'm at home, something's going on. I've literally had courses with my coach, like an amazing guy. He teaches how to be a leader and how to speak up, and leadership like is important in a house, right? So let's say my mom's struggling, my dad's not home right now, he hasn't been home for a couple months, everything's struggling. Like it's key to like be very vocal and know how to control a setting. So let's say like my brother's not home, my mom's struggling, it sounds like she's just getting overwhelmed. Like I know how to command it where she can calm down a little bit and
fill in and help out.
Yeah, I can fill in physically, and I can also help her control it, unify all the issues together, and help her not feel as overwhelmed.
If you didn't have soccer right now, if you didn't have soccer, what do you think you would be going through? If you didn't have soccer, the coaches, right? What do you think some of the things you might be facing right now?
I would probably feel very lonely, to be honest. I have a lot of friends in
And why
school.
do you say that, feel lonely? Because not just having soccer.
Yeah, so
Explain that.
like playing a sport and like obviously you get to know a lot of people, but you also feel that sense of community and people that you know support you under the mutual sport idea. So like those coaches, those my teammates is a different type of bond, right? You've played sports your whole life, like. And when you play for years together in a physical or like demanding sport, like you have guys that outside of the sport have big trust and trust that like a friend at school might be a little different. My school, not a lot of kids play soccer with me. So like to be with guys that have a...
Right, because you don't play soccer at your school. You actually...
Yeah, and even when I did, my friend group were all like lacrosse players, you know, like it's a white town, lacrosse, football, baseball, but to have guys that have that type of hunger for the same sport, when you're off the field, you have people that like you can really talk to, and even those are the people I would talk to. If I have any issues at home, I have my best friends at home, I might talk to them, but the guys on the field, you have such a trust that like, you know, on the field they would, you know, they would take a guy out for you.
Right, like we say on the field, we're going to war. I'll die for the man next to me.
And you as captain,
gladiator.
Yeah.
As you as captain, you have to set the example, and then everyone looks up to you.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, you know, those are my guys. Like,
yes,
I trust them.
Your second
whatever.
family.
Yeah.
Now you said something that school friends. Let me ask you something about school. How many times? Because I've been getting different feedback from Boston, Jersey. A lot of kids are having gym like 1-2 days a week. When you're in school during the week, how many days a week do you have gym?
So our school has a rotating schedule. So one class in the afternoon, there's 4 classes in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, 1 gets dropped. So it's 3 each day in the afternoon. And so we have gym 3 days and then drop it. So 4 out of 5 days a week.
Oh, all right, that's good.
Okay, that's
But,
very active.
Gym class I never took. I just took weight room. Just, you know, like if you are on a sports team, you can pretty much get into it. But that's lucky.
Weight
a lot
room.
of schools don't have
Weight
it.
room. Well,
Exactly.
we got one in high school later on because we got a new building.
It's
That's
lucky,
nice.
and we have the football coach to run it, so it's like that's actually a good environment to be in.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me ask you too. What's some things outside of the sports, right, that help you deal with mental health? And maybe there isn't outside of sports. Maybe it's all connected to sports. But how do you deal with? You sound like you got a pretty rough life, right? A little bit here and there, you know, traveling from South Africa all the way to the States.
Adjusting.
Yeah, one of the kids we worked with, that was one of his biggest problems was coming from another country here, right? So how do you think that now you handle your mental health outside of the soccer, right?
So,
if you have something going on.
So, again, it does tie back to soccer. Whether I'm playing it or not, it's the types of lessons I learned from it. So whether it's soccer or just working out. So let's say something's going on at home, I pretty much just go in my room and do a bunch of push-ups and it'll be fine eventually. So I just use that kind of like tunnel
vision. You hear that,
vision.
Kids? Push-ups. Get off. You play video games?
No,
PlayStation
I don't
5,
play
none of
video
that?
games, no.
I'm not too mad about video games if you're going to learn, because they teach you a lot, right? In the sports and stuff like that. But, man, you got anything, Coach Anna?
Being active really does help you mentally, physically, and it is an outlet to certain things that may be going around in your environment. So I admire you for traveling from somewhere else, learning how to live in a new place, and still being awesome in sports and a student athlete as well. It takes a lot of time, a lot of courage, and we wish you the best.
And support, right? And that's
support.
what we do, right? So we tell the kids, we don't know everything. But if you have an issue, you have a problem, you can reach out to us and we'll find a solution for you. And if not, we're going to get you somebody that can help you, right? And what do you think about having those type of organizations or even people in the community? Or what are some things maybe you say, hey, coach, these might be some of the things you might want to do to help the kids, right? Because we're very sports oriented and that's how we meet the kids. And then we find out what they might lack or want to do. Like we took some kids to a baseball game, right? So what is some other stuff that maybe you don't get to do that an organization could provide where you know, oh, on Friday I can go here, I'm going to go here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely group what you did, bring them to a game or something, something like that. It keeps everyone like calm and doing something as a group.
But you specifically, what is if you can say right now to us, listen, I want to learn this, I want to go here, or I need help with this, or something's going on, or we're lacking, like, and obviously I know it's on camera and stuff like that, right? So if there's nothing you want to talk about, then we can talk about it later. But what's something that might stick out that you go, you know what, if I had this in my community where I live, I would be able to, maybe it'd help me a little.
So I definitely think that for myself, it's good to understand what goes on in other places as someone who's moved a lot. And I think it doesn't have to be another country or anything, but as you guys work in towns that are completely different than mine, and I think that it's good. I've experienced it, but I'd still like to know more, and I'd like to be more in tune with what goes on in more struggling places, because it really helps you stay mature and understand that you are fortunate.
Yeah, be able to empathize.
And all the stuff that you're going through and doing to even want to do that, right? The kids nowadays are so more advanced than we were. We didn't have a lot of stuff. We had to figure it out. And now there's so many tools to self-educate. You can literally do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. So I think it was great hearing part of your story. Even listening to a little bit about what you said and taking it back to sports, right? And the reason you were playing sports, the reason I was playing sports was I was just having fun. And then you started to learn, you got good. Now you're in the schoolyard and now it becomes a competition, right? We didn't have a lot of women out there playing sports. It might have been one or two, but once we got to high school, we got big. The girls really couldn't play. But it wasn't like that. Now we involve in all kids, right? And sports is an amazing tool, and the right people teaching the kids. You never know what they go home to, the lack of structure, or I saw a video about bullying, right? So when we're out with the kids, we want to make sure they learn fundamentals, structure, and just think they're out with their parents or their family. So at the end of every session that we do, we end it with
family.
1, 2, 3, family.
Yeah.
So today, that's how we're going to end the show. Ready? 1, 2, 3, we're going to say family, all right? 1, 2, 3, family.